This is another episode from introducing Elon Musk. I just want to show some video I made about self-defense, and I also did some fitness maybe later. But let's look at a video I made about self-defense. It is, I think, self-explaining, but I will add some more comment at it. I'm on the floor with baby mats. I bought some baby mats. I put it in a white room, and I used my Canon camera to record this. I hope I will help with some explanation. So let's look at the first piece of the video.
Hello, this is the first lesson in self-defense, and this is my first explanation about how to do a little bit of Kung Fu Karate for self-defense. The problem with Kung Fu and Karate is that if you only want to learn it, you have to really use it in practical self-defense. You need at least 4 to 5 years. And
so I did Campo Shaolin so far in the Netherlands. We even trained with police, military police, for arresting and how to put people to the ground, the demonstrators and other people that have weapons, because we have there's a full contact and full weapon way of fighting. So it is true, you can in 4 or 5 years learn it. The first 2 years is you just learn the stance and how to do some punches, then maybe some grappling technique, and even then I think you need at least 4 or 5 years to be confident to use it. So let's continue the video.
Of course, if you really want to learn it quickly, because you're afraid, you don't have this time, so going to martial art classes will not help. So, of course, I always advise people to go to those classes, because it's nice to learn people and do more activity, same as doing fitness and doing maybe weightlifting, because it's good for your strength. You can see that I'm also working out. But in the old days I did karate. It was a karate form, but not really karate. It was a Shaolin Kempo Kung Fu, a Shaolin Kempo technique, and that is in between karate and in between Kung Fu. It's a full contact.
What I mean with low is the stance are low. So normally, like karate is all high, and you see sometimes these Wing Chun and these masters with very low to the ground, like bending their knees. This is also the Shaolin Kempo technique is also a low form. So you learn how to come from a low stand to a high stand. Maybe in a later video I will show this. And what I mean with full weapons is that we use real knives. And we use also swords and other weapons. So you're not afraid if somebody has a weapon that you need, you know how to disarm them. Because we also trained, I told you, with the police, and the people can have a weapon, and you have to be. If you train with a fake weapon, these people are probably better. Using a knife than you can expect, and you have to always have your technique that you keep the person away from you and the weapon away from you. And a lot of techniques are sometimes that the knife is too, or the weapon is too close to yourself, and that is not a good way of fighting, of self-defending yourself. So my technique will be that I keep my my opponent away from me. Let's continue.
Martial art form with weapons, everything with it. But I didn't do that anymore. I did it for 10 years. I did some teaching, then I quit. I did always here in Japan. I did also some lessons.
So what my teaching was, I did I think for 8 years or something. I did the creation of the belts, and in the last 2 years I did the yellow and the white bands of my school. I helped to train the children and also the people that wanted to start with it. So I know the basics very well, and this is what I gonna learn to show how to use, and I think the basic movements like a punch and how to defend yourself a little bit, that is this series is about.
I went to some lessons with karate, but I stopped. But I'm thinking for people here in Japan, if it becomes more violent on the street and females want to be more sure of themselves, they need a little bit more self-defense. Of course, I advise people to do judo, but they are always not so.
So you see a lot of things happening in Japan these days, that people are stalked and they don't know how to get rid of some people that in a train or something. And I feel sometimes the police, to get somebody away from them, they have these big sticks, and I think they are not very efficient. Can be much more efficient, and maybe this Japanese way that to keep it more no touch or something. But if you're women and you're alone, you want to have a very effective method, or you don't be afraid what to do to get rid of this opponent of you. So let's continue.
But I want to try to do some effective techniques. So, first we look at the stand, and the stand is always try to keep your feet to the front. Yeah, always look to your enemy. You will see that my head will be a lot of down looking at my body, but normally you always look at front to the person that attacks you or that you are concerned about that will do something to you. So always look, not look at them, look a little next to him, but look at his body, what he is doing, what his movement is. So the first step is that you always have a neutral stand, and that means have a stand that you can move this way, you can move this way, you can move backwards, and you can always move backwards. So you have a stand that is simple. If you have like this stand like this, it will be difficult to move here, because you all move there. It will be easy to, it is, Steven Seagal has a stand that is more like this, it's not like this, and he still can move all the ways that he wants to move. So it is normal what you learn always. It is also the stand, and if you want to go lower, there's the horse stand. So there are some stands here. But
so about the stance, I see some people that don't look how they are standing. This is can be a very disadvantage. If somebody is, you always train that somebody is punching you with the right hand. You appreciate your stand will be to counter a right hand strike. You can imagine if you're on the street or something happens and there's another situation, you cannot make your stand, or the guy is using, or the female is using another hand you're not expected, you can panic and you can end up wrongly. So that is why this neutral stand is so important. So you always have your legs not one in front of one behind you, just on the line, separated shoulder wide, and you just focus to, if there's an attack, you focus to your enemy. So if he comes running to you or walking to you, you face him head on. And don't look, normally then it's already initiated for a fight or some conflict, but before you always check out your side of your vision to what is this guy doing. So always, if you are walking or you don't trust it, keep a look at the person that can be a threat to you, but don't look directly to him, but look from the side to him what he is doing. And if he is coming to you and you think, oh, this is wrong, you turn to him and you face him right on. And then you look right to him, or a little bit next to him, or you're like through him, so you know exactly what his body is doing. Is he attacking? Is he taking something out of his pocket, a knife, or something else? So you have to be overviewing the whole body from top to top to toe. You have to see what he is doing. And this neutral stand is very important. So you have to have a stand that you can appreciate any movement he is doing, any attack he is doing. So Steven Seagal has a specific move, but don't do that. Just use the normal stand, this the horse stand, or what is the normal stand, like a squat stand. Stand like normal, you don't have to go low. The lower stands are made for Kung Fu, that they have this special stand that you protect your knees from not be broken. This is not needed, you just relaxed and take your feet in front. You see later why this is so important. Let's continue.
I think for the people that are beginning and you don't know what's going to happen, it's always to always stand parallel to your enemy. So if you face your enemy, it comes to you and you see a hand coming from this hand comes to here, you want to move to the outside, so that you don't want to go inside, you always want to go to the outside of the body. So if I do a punch here, you want to be here and push me this way. Don't go inside of me because I have this hand. If you are here, it's more difficult to knock here, it is easier to knock here. So always go to the hand. If I do a cross, always attack from this side. Push me from this side to here, or whatever. Also an advice is, if I'm doing an attack like this, yeah, push me more, so I'm overstretched. So this is overstretched, so you can make an arm lock to me. So, if you're standing here and I see an attack on this shoulder, or from that hand to this, I move to this side. Now you see that I'm moving, I'm going not backwards, I'm going to my enemy and I move like this. So I move my shoulders, that was first in front, I move them to a smaller plane, more difficult to hit, and I have my shoulder here. And I move this way. So the hand I move this way. Now if I can grab the hand, so normally you will see techniques like this, or like this, like this is a karate technique or kung fu technique, or this, or you can like this. This is not handy because you can then full, so you will move it like this, so you have this side of the shoulder. You can take the hand, so, but you can also do like this. So Maya performed, so if the attack is from this, you can do it like this, or you can do it like this. So I prefer to do like this, because I can get the hand, and I have this hand to attack his elbow. Yeah? So I take this hand and his elbow, so I can do it like this. I have elbow, I can do it, and I can move it to the ground. So, normally if I'm standing like this, somebody attacks me to the shoulder.
So we have now a very simple technique to push somebody if it attacks. That's why we turn the shoulder to make a smaller plane. But you have to react very fast. So you have to practice with a partner or somebody you know who also wants to learn it. Do this movement that I show. You can look it up on the internet. Also this grabbing technique, how to grab. So turn your hand to a grab or to the. So you have to. The hand comes like this. You put it like this and you do like this. You take this so this you have to learn. So somebody punch you and you take the hand, and then you try to lock it. You can lock it like this or lock it like this. Let me see. You can also take it like this, or you can take it like this. But I can maybe later show you what is the best technique to grab. I like to grab it on the thumb. Like if it's possible, I can grab the hand. I like it to grab it like this because it's a very strong grip. I can even use only this side of the hand, just between the bones, two bones. I grab it here with my middle finger, and I keep it really firm, and I pull, and I do the motion there. So let's continue. So this is just a technique to push somebody to the ground, to push somebody away from you.
I step in and I move to his elbow and his hand. So I move him away so that he cannot hit me. Then
the elbow, if you do this because of this. So you keep this and this in a grip, and you push this away. So you have this in a lock, and then you move this in a lock, locked. You move the person in a locked hand position away. So you must avoid that he cannot pull his hand back. You want to have the hand pulling here and pulling here and pushing here, that he cannot make this move. He cannot bend his elbow. You want to keep this elbow not from bending, so you keep it stretched and then move the whole body around you. So let's continue.
And I keep this hand controlling his elbow so that his hand is stretched. So I kind of hand lock. I go down, you see, and now he will also go down. If you do it fast, you do like this. You go to your knee and he goes to the ground. If you don't want to go to the ground, so people don't want to go to the ground, what you can do is you stand like this and you do just this. To the feet, if you...
So about the ground or not to the ground, normally if you are in a street situation or in a city, you don't want to go to the ground. Because if you go to the ground, it can become a ground fight. You don't want to have a ground fight. That is jiu-jitsu maybe, but you don't do jiu-jitsu on the street. You just, if you push somebody already on the street, on the concrete or on the asphalt, it hurts. And if you have him on the ground and he's laying there, you can run away. The best defense is what I already said, run away. Running is the best defense. So you just do this movement to get away from to push this guy away so you can run away. And also, you don't, if there are multiple attackers, you never go to the ground. Because if you're on the ground, you're very vulnerable. So also for female, it is better to just not kneel to the ground, just keep it easy and just move him away from you, that he is rolling on the ground away and you have a chance to run away. Also advice is, if you want the best way of the training for defending, is learn how to run fast. And don't use those high heels, or you have to kick off your high heels. Learn to run, that you run for 4 or 5 minutes. You can go full running, so that if somebody chases you, you can go in 5 minutes far away, and hopefully he cannot catch you. That is what you have to train. That's the best training you can do, is learn to run away from somebody.
I step in, I move this, and I can move this. You can also go directly, I step in and I do this move. But listen, I always look at my enemy. My enemy is here, I look here, this is my enemy. I move to the side, yeah, so the enemy is in front of me. I step to the next one, now he is here, and I move here, now he is there. So, the technique is that you always keep focus on the enemy, so I can do it.
So also this is very important. You see a lot of people that I trained and they do just a movement with their hands. It is like the Tai Chi or something. And they just make this movement and they just look at the stars. So it is like ballet. It's not ballet. Always look at what is this guy doing that I'm handling, my enemy. Is he trying to have some counter move, or does he have something strange with his legs, or maybe I push him to a wall that he can break his neck. Maybe that is not a good place to throw him at. So be aware from your environment, and also be aware what you are doing and what he is doing. Also look around you a little bit so that he's the only guy or the more people around you. But if there are more people around it's always better to run away and just push him away and get away out of this situation. But if he is alone or in an alley, you cannot go, you cannot run away from him, you are the dead end alley, then this is the way you have to do, and you push him away, push him to the ground that he's falling, and then you can run away behind him or where the exit is. Let's continue.
Here, yeah, is the attack is on this shoulder, I step in like this, you can see, and then I go this. Or, if you want to see, this, hand, elbow, down. Yeah? You can go down if it's like in a grass field. Don't do it on a concrete street. If it's concrete, it's hard surface, you do like this and you do like this is enough. You go a little bit down so that you pressure him down. You can push him on his elbow, or you can move. Another technique is if you go elbow, you move to his shoulder and you push him down. The advantage is if you stand up, you just keep on standing like this, yeah, you can go to the next target. You can kick him, you go to the next target. If you're on the ground like this, you can only...
So what the next target? I learned to fight against two, three, 4 people at the same time. They are in a circle around you, you are attacked by one, or you attack one, and you handle them. So you take one down, next one down, and you be aware of the other 2 guys, what they are doing, or when they are attacking, or if there is an open space where to run out. So I was trained to fight with multiple people, but this is very rare. If you are alone in a group that wants to attack you, the best is again run away. But if there is no other way to get out there, yeah, it is very difficult to get in one piece out of these situations. And even trained fighters will have problems if they are attacked by 4 or 3 people. So do your best then at that moment, and probably you will have problems not to. You can fight as good as possible, but it will not always give you the result you want. But 3 against 1, it is unfair. But life is unfair. So you can do your best. Sometimes you can think, okay, I take one guy out for 100%, and then the next, if I can get another one who is damaged, then maybe they are so afraid they go away. Or yeah, what else? Something else bad can happen also. But yeah, that is difficult with multiple people. But for the moment, normally it is only one guy, who's maybe 2 or 1 guy, and if you really show some confidence and you can move this guy away, normally the strongest guy always attacks, you will discourage the other guy and they will leave you alone. Let's hope. Let's continue.
If he's alone, because somebody can attack you from the side, from behind. So normally you just move this. You can also let him grab you, and you can use like a simple movement to walk away. But that's all kinds of techniques. That is more for self-defense.
I just want to stop for a moment. I think an important piece of it, maybe people didn't see it, is the how I stand, the legs. Let me.
This, yeah. Or you can show you this. So I prefer to like this. Step to the next one down. Now
see the leg.
And I move here. Now he is there.
So I use a minimum movement of my legs. Maybe you can see it here. I only have, when I'm attacked, I do one step out, then I move my leg a little bit or all the way down. So I have only 2 or 3 moves. I move to my target, I move to the side, and move again to the side. Don't step too much little steps with your front leg. So the effectivity of like this karate techniques is that you don't move as much as possible, as less possible. Why is this? Why is this so important that you don't want to move? Is you have more stability. Your stability, if you are moving, you lose your stability. So you see, if you look at the focus at my feet, you will see that I'm only doing 2 or 3 steps. One step, you see one step and another step, and reduce your stepping. You can also see that later if you look at other videos of other martial artists. They do only 1 or 2 steps and that's it. They're almost static. And also, if you move too much, it is more. You have to have more view around you. You make your own territory. Yeah, you look what's around you. It's a safe place. That's what I always do. You look around what you have there, and then if you are attacked, you have your own circle where you move in, and you attract your opponents into your circle, and that is when you fight. So let's continue a little bit further the way. I think we were like here somewhere.
The exercise you step out, you move like this.
Okay, let's listen again.
With somebody else, let them punch you softly or move their hand like this to your face. You move them aside this, and you move them like this.
Okay, this is how you train with
somebody.
somebody.
Exercise. That's the first beginning, and do it movement like this. This you can only do that if he's alone.
Okay, here
because somebody can attack you from the side, from behind. So normally you just move this. You can also let them grab you, and you can use like a simple movement to walk away. But that's all kinds of techniques.
Yeah, you can also look at self-defense video. If people grab you to your throat or to your shoulder or something, or to your wrist even, there is a very easy way. Just pull hardly or shake your body. The grip is almost not there. The only time they can get really a grip to you is if they push you against a wall, and then you have to be first afraid of your face, or you have to cover your face that they will not get a headbutt or something, and you have the advantage you can use your legs. Use your legs because your leg is longer than your arm, so kick them in the nuts or kick them somewhere where you can kick, where it hurts, and move away again. And push them against the wall or something and you move away. Okay, let's continue.
That is more for self-defense. Normally, if somebody wants to grab you in your throat or here, just a simple movement with your shoulders, like this movement, is enough to break the thing. If you're like against the wall and somebody grabs it, use your knees, use your legs. But if somebody comes into you, protect your face. So, that is my first lesson. So, try to if you want to learn it, stand like this, and the exercise you step out, and you move like this, and you hold the hand. So you can best do with somebody else, let them punch you softly, or move their hand like this to your face, you move them aside this, and you move them like this down. That is the first thing you can exercise. That's the first beginning, and do it both sides. Yeah, the other side is like, the first side is like, you stand like this, you attack, you step out, you go down. You take from the other side, you go up, turn, and you go down. Or better, let me stay again, you step like this, you step out, you control the leg, you grab his feet, and you go down like this. Knees on the ground. We have here a mat, it's a baby mat, that's not so expensive, but you can use it for rolling, and I use this for this room. With the mat, I can do yoga with it, but I also can do, like I can fall a little bit, or I can do a little bit of falling like this. It's all okay, better than a normal fall, but this mat is functional. See you later, and I hope people have some.
So, as you can see, a little idea for people that want to train at home. I was also, my wife and me were looking for a mat where we can train, and we found these baby mats. They are cheap, and they are 2 meters by, what is it, 3 meters or something, or 2 by 2 meters, They are nice and big, and they were cheap, and they're not enough to you see that you can roll on it, you can fall on it, and it will not hurt. I also saw that it is an advantage with some stretching when I'm doing fitness or weight training. I want to stretch. You can of course stretch on the floor, but this is much nicer. So I have I have a room, extra spare room, so I can use that as a kind of yoga or a stretching room, and also for making videos about these self-defense things. So this is maybe something interesting for people, and I hope that people will have an idea how to self-defense them a little bit, especially here in Japan. I think for Japan, you see that there is of course all kinds of karate, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, Thai boxing, all kinds of schools to learn martial arts, but they are not really for self-defense. And I think if women they are more vulnerable for these attacks, if you are really like a champion or you're really interested in fighting, I think you will be, of course, prepared. But for people that just want to learn something, this is maybe a way to look at self-defense methods on video. I see that there is no self-defense schools here in Japan. Almost, I didn't see anyone. Also, if you're like doing bodybuilding or fitness or CrossFit, I see there's a CrossFit gym. I found there are springing around here in Japan all kinds of fitness and gyms, fitness gyms, sport gyms. Is also that Korea, the prime minister said, and the government said that everybody has to train two times a week or 3 times a week. They have an advice. The government advise people to do more fitness, to do more training. Now, even weight training. They said 2 times a week weight training. Now that is music to my ears. And if you want to say, okay, now I am stronger, I can use my grip is better, everything's better. So this is nice, but I want to use it. Now, maybe do some self-defense, or maybe go to karate or judo or some martial arts. But if you want to use it for self-defense, this is then the first application of your gain strength. You have more strength. Now you can use that for self-defense. So this is my first lesson. It is a little bit about stance, how to stand. I will always start with standings, how to stand, and now I show you a way to move somebody that wants to punch you, how to move them away from you, and how to put them to the ground. You can also move to the way, and if it is already enough that he is away from you, you just run away. So this is the end of the video, and I hope people liked it. Now, see you next time.